Sunday, July 24th was a day for 2 car shows locally. The weatherman had been calling for rain, but we seem to have dodged that bullet. Amherstburg had another great show with a great turnout. Congratulations to the team and volunteers. This was the first year for a new car show by the Women's Association at the Fogolar Furlan. Here's one of the organizers, Diane.
I'm impressed by all the cars that came out. What a great turnout for us. It's our first time around.
This show will be back again next year with a non-competing date. Now here's a look at some of the Summer in the City show. Thanks to Jim for being such a great contributor to our car community and other community events. Jim was one of the judges and he brought along his 76 Pacer. Thanks, Jim, for all you do. There's Phil's 71 Nova SS. He just put in a new crate motor in this car, turning out 385 horsepower. George has only owned this 61 Falcon for a couple of months. It's got 4-wheel disc brakes, 5-speed transmission, and a Yamaha engine. It also has AC. It's a great running car. Daryl showed off his 65 Riviera. This was the first year for the Grand Sport and it has every option, including a 425 cubic inch engine with dual 4s. Daryl also has another Riviera. Now here's Colin's 82 Mercury Zephyr. He bought it because he likes the roof style. It's running a 6-cylinder engine and an automatic on the column. It's a good running car. This was the first time we've seen Gary's 57 4-door Caddy hardtop. He's owned it for about 35 years but rarely shows it off. We hope that'll change. This car is in excellent condition. It only has 62,000 miles on the odometer.
I've had it for 35 years.
He bought it from a mechanic friend. It's running a 365 cubic inch engine turning out about 310 horsepower. This is Wade's 1935 Dodge DU, a Canadian version. What's unusual about this car is there's no trunk. Rather, rear seats can be removed for extra storage. Only 700 of this model were built. It's running a carbureted 6-liter Truck LS engine with a 700 R4 transmission. And this car is air-conditioned. He found this beautiful Dodge online. Now, here's Ron's immaculate and totally original 1955 T-Bird. He's only had it for a few months. Everyone wants to look inside. Ron noticed the car for sale online and bought it in Toronto. It has its original 292 engine. The 312 wouldn't come along until 56. The interior is flawless with its factory 2-speed transmission. Ron says he wanted a classic T-Bird for as long as he could remember. Here's a look at the extra clean trunk. What a beautiful car. Thanks, Ron. Now here's Doug's customized 1947 Ford. This car has the same paint from its restoration 13 years ago. This was not a low-cost restoration. It has every imaginable accessory. Much of the car is actually Lincoln. Here's a look under the hood. The roof of this car has been chopped slightly on the front. The only original glass is on the back. It's really a beauty. Here's David's 73 Pantera. You know, back in '71, Lee Iacocca, then president of Ford, bought the Di Tommaso company to compete against Ferrari. This is a major fast car powered by a mid-engine 351 Cleveland. The engine was standard with this car. It also has a 5-speed stick shifter. David calls this car a motor on wheels. He's had it up to 100 miles an hour on the track with much more power still to come. The Pantera is not only super fast, it's also super loud. By contrast, here's Jane and Philip's 2008 Saturn, and it's powered by a 2-liter turbo engine. Jim bought this '62 Ford Fairlane 500. Jim says this car sat for about 25 years without being driven. It's only got a little more than 35,000 miles on the odometer. Sometime earlier, the previous owner swapped out the original 260 engine for a 302 4-barrel. The interior looks flawless with a 3-on-the-tree transmission. Jim says it drives like a new car. He's owned it for about a year and a half. Here is Don's 67 Firebird, and this is quite a rare car. There were very few made in this combination. This car is rare because it has a 6-cylinder engine, a 4-speed floor shifter, and it's a convertible. There were very few made in this combination. The other thing that adds value to this car is its condition. It looks pristine to me. Lloyd was here with his 1970 Plymouth Sports Coupe. The dealer had barely unloaded it from the truck when Lloyd walked in and bought it. He's owned it all these years and it's still in perfect condition. Back in about 1980, he replaced the interior with an original covering because of kids' wear and tear. It's running an original 318 engine, and Lloyd says it drives like a new car. Don't know who owns this, but it's a T-Bird retro car. I think they were made from about 2000 to 2005. Fred and his custom 47 Chevy are well known at our car shows and cruise nights. And here is Pete's hot rod. It's running a Hemi engine and a beautiful leather interior. Nice work on this, Pete. Now a quick look at a few other cars. Here is Keith's 1959 Ford pickup. Keith was born in '59, and so owning a '59 pickup just seemed logical. This is a Ford F-100. It's running a small block V8. Leo's 67 Cadillac, a smooth riding classic. Dennis' '79 Ford pickup. There's Ed's '87 Opus that he bought brand new. And Jack's '51 Custom Mercury. Nice paintwork and louvering on Jack's car. Here's Wayne's '55 Chevy. Thanks for showing it off, Wayne. And our resident rat rod creator Woody brought along his 1955 Chevy. There's Randy's Sunbird. Randy's '55 Chevy. Brenda's '92 Corvette. Daniel's '74 Boss 302 Mustang. Kevin's '71 VW. And there's Pete's 1951 Plymouth Cambridge. It's in great shape. Here is Scott's Dodge Dakota pickup. It's a high-performance engine pumping out about 450 horsepower. And it has a 904 tranny.
It was one of the most beautiful RT Dakotas in the county, so I eventually was able to get it.
Scott admits he sometimes does put the pedal to the metal to use up some of that horsepower. There's Bruno's 1965 Mustang. And there's Marcel's '55 Chevy. It looks a bit like Woody's car, but this was a popular color back in '55. It also is a four-door. I'm not getting in all the cars in this show, but it sure was fun. It's time now to hand out trophies to the winners. Leading the procession is Gary with his 1957 Cadillac four-door. Followed by Gino. He calls his car Bella, and so it is. He won the prize for the best of show. Thanks for all you do, Gino. Also in the winner's circle is Norm with his 2015 Mustang. The best custom car went to our friend Fred with his 1947 Chevy. This is my car, a 1962 Oldsmobile Starfire. Thanks to the judges. And last but certainly not least is Don's 1954 Ford. Congratulations to all the winners. But in my view, all classic and specialty car owners are winners in their own right. Thank you for coming out and enjoying this show. So long for now from the Fogolar Furlan Club. And as always, we'll see you at the car shows and cruise nights.